Hey y'all, it's Lynn from My Pixie Dust Diary, and today I wanted to tell you about a fun thing that you can do in the parks that is not very expensive if you do it the right way, and it's a great way to have some fun interaction with the cast members. Disney pin trading can be a lot of fun. If you go into the parks, though, the pins start about $5 a piece. Hearing that price, you're probably thinking, why on earth would you trade them? Why would you not keep those? You're right. Why would you? On different vacations, my kids have picked out their parks pins that they love. Those are ones that we keep, and we keep them in our Disney themed playroom. And the kids keep some of their favorites in a pin pouch as well that they like to hold on to. They also both have lanyards, even all three of them have them now, have lanyards that they wear into the park with the pins that they want to trade on them. We get our pins that we like to trade on eBay. You don't know what you're getting necessarily. You just buy, when we purchase them, we buy a lot of pins. They come in these little plastic bags like this. And you're usually buying a lot of them, which you can determine the number most times, 25, 50, 100. Just depends on how many people are pin trading and how much pin trading you want to do while you're on vacation. Purchase them ahead of time on eBay. Make sure that they're legitimate Disney pins. The cast members cannot trade them with you if they are not legitimate Disney pins. So make sure you're buying from a reputable buyer and check their feedback, check their reviews, make sure that things are on the up and up with them. The cast members are not going to know that you bought your pins on eBay unless you tell them. So as long as it's a legit pin, they don't really care where you bought it, I'm sure. They'd love you to buy it from them so they get the money. But if you're going to trade pins and you're going to let the kids trade pins in the parks, you might want to have some rules before you set up and just start off on your mission of finding new pins. If you're only going to pin trade for a certain amount of time during that day, let them know ahead of time. Each cast member can only trade one pin per person per day. So if the cast member has two pins on that you really like, you're going to have to make a decision about which one you'd like to trade. And if you're only going to pin trade 3 pins, then make sure they know that up front. If there's a limit to the time or however you want to define that for your family. If there are pins that they cannot trade, I suggest you just don't even put them on their lanyard or whatever they're using to keep track of their pins in. It's very easy to grab the wrong one out when you're giving it back to a cast member and trade something back unintentionally that you didn't really want to trade and could wind up to some tears later on down the road. A lot of other people in the parks, guests, you will see them with lanyards as well. They're not required to trade with you. And honestly, I've had about 50-50 luck, even with my kids going up and wanting to trade with somebody else. There are some serious pin collectors who don't want to trade or who will trade you something to get a really good pin that maybe you're not aware of on your lanyard. So we stick with only trading with the cast members when we're out pin trading in the parks. Like I said, it's something that if you buy your pins on eBay, it can be pretty affordable. You can buy a group of them inexpensively. But if you want to purchase a special pin in the park, definitely do that to remember something special about your trip. And keep it at home, keep it in a safe, special place so that you can see it and remember that trip and it's not one that you're going to trade. If you like to trade, why don't you leave me a comment with your favorite tip or place that you get your pins from? Or if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment and we'll get an answer for you. Thank you.